Hi everyone, I'm Nancy with Ladybugs Flowers and Rustic Decor, and today we're going to be making a little um, like server thing, but it's out of wood. My wood slices. It's not perfect. It's not sitting exactly straight. I got one screw in that I can't get out, but it's sitting straight enough to be able to decorate it the way I'm wanting to with some Easter stuff. So, anyways, it's done. Me and my husband both has worked on it. This little wood piece is a little thicker than the rest of it, so it just kind of makes it. But after I get all the stuff that I want on it, you're not going to be able to tell how it is. It makes it look like it's sitting like kind of offset, but see, you can straighten it up. So I'll get it right. But anyways, I'm gonna set this down in the floor while I am decorating what I am wanting to put on the little server. And you can make your own out of wood slices, or you can make your own out of like little charter plates, different sizes. It's been done like that, so just whatever. What we're going to put on it, and on the bottom piece, we're going to put this little rabbit that my husband did cut out. His little head ain't perfect. Nothing about it is perfect. But we're going to get this painted real quick. This is one thing we are going to put on it. Um, so, and then I've got some little unperfect little carrots that we're also going to put on there. And then I got my other little Easter eggs, different colors, but you could paint them whatever color you wanted to, like if you wanted some purple, and I might do that. But first of all, I'm going to paint this little rabbit. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm ready to get out there in it. I went outside for a little while yesterday just to get a little sun. Not much, just enough to kind of um, not be so pale. And we didn't make legs. And I don't know if I'm going to draw like with some paint legs on the rabbit or not. I hadn't made my mind up. I am going to put him a nose and a tail on. And we are going to paint both. So, anyways, you go ahead and get the rest of him. Where we can start working on our other stuff to get our little server plate decorated for Easter. I hope everyone's had a wonderful Saturday so far. I'm not for sure which way I'm going to set him. I guess it could be a him or a her. But anyways, well, you're just going to set him down. I keep on calling him a him to let him dry on his own. So we are going to start painting our carrots and then getting our greenery for the little carrot stems, you know, down here at the end, which I did mix up. They're both apple barrel, the nutmeg, and this one is orange sherbet. I'm not wanting it to be a bright orange. I painted the rabbit with the nutmeg brown. We want it to be orange looking, but not just a bright, like a jack-o'-lantern orange. And I have growed pumpkins, and they are bright. I haven't in the last couple of years. Now, the last year I didn't, but I might this year. I don't know yet. I should have done had my seeds planted. I need to go get some. That way, I'm just going to set that up there. It'll kind of sit on its side, and that's the way I wanted it. But anyways, I usually plant my seeds for my tomatoes and squash and cucumbers and all that. And it's not too far away. It's getting closer and closer. Unless we have some more cold weather, I actually think that, and I have planted lettuce and cabbage. I would like to plant some more cabbage. And also I would like to plant some potatoes. I don't eat potatoes much, but they would be nice to have when you do. I can remember one summer that my daddy planted a lot, and I was real little. My daddy was older when I was born. He was 46, and so by the time I could remember, like his biggest garden, last garden, because he just kind of quit. He did work a lot too. He just quit like growing as much, and my mother just started buying. But I can remember him putting them potatoes out on the car porch, and on the deep freeze, and they kept. It seemed like for a long time because I mean we had a lot, and like through the winter, and it seemed like that maybe they covered them up I was young. I don't even know if I was in school yet, but it seems like they covered them up with a blanket. Maybe not, but it seems like it that year because that's the last year I can remember him really growing. Um, him and my mother um, potatoes. I know he did before that. So, I mean, he was in his 50s at that point in time when I really can remember, early 50s. And he just quit growing as big of a garden. He still had like tomatoes and um, beans and stuff, but not as big as it was when I was younger, like really younger. All right, we're going to set them up there to dry. The next thing I do want to do is go ahead and on the top, I saved this like little sage um, glass little jar. So I am going to paint over it where you can't see through it with the brown and a touch of black. That I am going to make just a little small flower. I got two of them, and so we might make two different ones of arrangement in. And it's all kind of stuff you can do with these, but this is what I'm doing with mine. And I am just going to stick a finger up there through that hole because we are going to have to go over this a couple of times to get it the way I want it. And some people might not paint theirs at all, would leave them, and that's your choice. All right, I'm going to blow dry it. That way we can go over it one more time. And the little server cupcake holder, whatever people calls them, I like wood. I like rustic looking. It could even have been metal, but I would have wanted it to be like it was um, worn, used, old. Most of the stuff that's in my house is old, most. But if it's not, it kind of looks that way. So that's just, my sister got me into the more rustic look and I like it. So here, but I didn't. Or water one to get that off. And we're also going to do his ears. And you could use a napkin to put him just covering the way you want to. We do got that other color mixed in with that. So it's not just shining through on his ears. And that'll make him look more rustic looking. Where he's not so bright of a pink. Alright, I did forget my cotton balls for his tail, which we do. He don't want to set up on this paper, but he will set up on the flat surface. In my shop, I got flowers, like my artificial flowers is what I'm meaning. But I've also got my live flowers where they didn't die over the winter. And that dropped on my pants. So it's full with artificial flowers up there and with my live flowers. And they're not perfect. They're not the same size. I don't know if he ain't looking weird looking with his head. Little alien. I am going to stick two little white dots on his eyes. Or on his eye. That way. And we're going to start on our little carrots. The best way they need to be sitting. We're going to put some of the greenery that I did get from the Family Dollar. And we are going to glue it on the opposite side of what we're going to set it. So, go ahead and get some, just sticking it on there. And you also can, and that's the way that'll look. Put something, on the back to help hold it. I'm going to stick just a little more glue. Let it set. Go ahead and get my next one and my little pieces I'm going to put on the back. of it. And I'm just going to put a drop and set it up there. And that's how this one would sit, like that. So, give us about 3 more pieces. Get them glued down to where they stay. And then put a little more glue on top of that. Got that glue stringing every which way. And you could make some cloth ones. I got to get to Hobby Lobby because I want to make some. Because I think they're pretty. To put like in a little basket, put your little rabbit in there. I want to make a rabbit too. But actually, I can make a rabbit out of them cotton balls just on a piece of wood. That would be cute too. But I want to make some cloth carrots, and I don't have any orange fabric at all. Which I know you don't have to do it in orange, but I would like to. I would like for it to be chickadee, then some orange. You know, you can always, or I can paint my material too that I've already got. And Lord, I'm fixing to have to get back up. What I'm going to do is paint 2 of my pink ones. They're not my favorite. Yellow is. The blue ain't necessarily my favorite. But the yellow, well, I can do 2 and 2. I could do like green and then purple. Let me get my, I got my green paint, but I don't have my purple. And them they did just come off of a stick that I got at the Dollar General for $1, which I put in my birdhouse just the other night. So, and they are just fine little pieces. Really need to go back and get some more in case I wanted to make a one in like a floral. And you know how your purple would be kind of just not as purple, or I can remember doing them, and also when I was little. But I love them little wrap things that my mother would always put around ours. I never have been able to do it for my kids, which I didn't care as much anyways. I mean, they like the little eggs and stuff, and they like to Easter egg hunt. But most of the time we didn't have our daughter. she would be at her mother's. Well, I mean, she's my stepdaughter, but she's pretty much my daughter too. But anyways, um, we didn't have his kids most of the time on Easter. I don't know if we ever did have them on Easter. No, I know we switched up like Christmas and Christmas Eve and all that, but I don't think that we ever did. So I know she would have liked, but it was like these little things that wrapped around them, and they had like different little sceneries, and I can remember one of them being to where it had seemed like it had like a water um, what do you call them? The little wheels that the water goes. Lord, I can't think it. But anyways, um, like the water falls over on it, and it makes it the little wheel go around and around. And I cannot think that's what it was, but I really liked it. So, anyways, I know I'm just talking, but that's how you get to know people a little better. People that doesn't know me, we're going to paint some of these green, which is not my favorite, but I know they have green. So that's why we're doing one blue one and then one yellow one. All right, we got that. So we are fixing to start decorating our little thing. I do want to take a piece of jute string, and I probably don't have a pair of scissors or anything in here, unprepared. I might not necessarily tie it around his neck, but I want to make him a bow. To go on it. With one of my little buttons that I've got. So I'm just going to place it right there. And I am going to paint his little ears better real quick. And put the little button on there. And I want it on the darker side. It's got a lighter side and a darker side to the button. So there's our little rabbit. Like I said, we got to get them bow too. up at the top. So I might as well cut me 3 pieces. I might not have got this one long enough to have a tail. I'm just going to set that one over to the side for a minute and go ahead and do another one. And this one almost is not. I don't have to have it as big as the other. We're just gonna kind of stick it up here. I had thought about sticking it on that side, but that's the side that we're not going to be really showing. Put me a button on there. My bow's not even, which is okay. And there's our little carrot with its little bow. Get us another one. So, and there we are. And I am going to go ahead and put flowers inside our little jar to get it filled in. Putting some purple ones, a little light blue, some white. White always goes with everything. A little bit of yellow. Stick that down in there. And we want some on all sides, so put that yellow up here in the front, but down below to where you can still see that little blue and that purple. Stick us some white over there. And now I got another bigger white that I can stick over there too. They hold more than what you think. Stick me some more blue up here in the front that's a little shorter. Just in purple. I didn't have no little small pink ones, like small pink ones. But if I pick up some, I'll put it in there. So we are going to stick this. I come up with this string from making them bows for the fabric bows. So put us another yellow. think we'll be pretty much done with what we can get in there anyways, because I'm not wanting to press down on none of it. It's wanting to break on me. But it's just a little cute little flower decor. Country, Eastery, springy looking little flower. I don't think we're going to need them. Need decorating. And what I want to do is I am going to put my little rabbit. He's a little bit taller. His ears are. So we're just going to kind of have to set him just out from the wood. Well, let's see if I can get him over here on this side. And that way he'll set up. Won't him to set up though. Let me turn this around where I can kind of see. But I don't want to bend that too much. Alright, got him sitting in there. Want him to be seen. I don't understand, this wood piece is pretty much straight. Why he's not wanting to sit. Alright, we're going to set him over to the side. And then we're just going to put us a carrot. We're going to do one that I can do it in the opposite direction. Down there with him. Like that. Put us a few little Easter eggs down there. Just to make it have a little more color, which we might go ahead and set our carrot back where we'll have more room for our Easter eggs in there. I'm not wanting to glue them down. I'm just wanting them to lay. In which, I mean, when you go to moving, it's going to, but I need to go ahead and also get my beads. So that would be our top part that we're going to put on it. And so I'm just going to kind of lay them beads down. And then back over this way. And I've got another set. It's like that ain't got paint on it good. It's actually just a clear spot. All right. Set that back up there. And then we got our little rabbit so far. Our little rabbit, our little, one of our little things. Let's put this back up there. Little carrots. And what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to cut I thought it come apart, but it don't. This little purple vine that's got like lavender in it. So we're just going to stick us some up here, up and under our beads. That way it just kind of hangs. Get us another piece. Then we are going to put some more carrots and some more beans. So that's what we got going on so far. That's got a glare on that paint. I'm going to kind of hook this to that screw. That way it'll hold it. And just kind of come around. Well, we'll hook it back again. And come around this way. But I do want it to drop down and be down on the bottom too. So let's just move this out of the way for right this moment. And just kind of lay. I do got another set in case I need it. I'm just going to kind of put that in between that other and let it lay up there. And we might just kind of let this lay in between where everything's going to be. But we don't want them covering up our eggs. Well, so we'll get it up there somehow. Might not be much, but we'll make something out of it. Alright, let's get our little carrot back in there. Just kind of set him over to the side. Get our eggs. And get our other two carrots. And I am just going to set one over here. Well, to this side. Do him on this side. And then our other one. A little Easter bunny, he just ain't wanting to do right. But we gonna make him. Throw some more little eggs in there. I'm gonna have to turn this around where I can see. Let me figure out how I'm wanting these to sit. Set one that way. Just set him up. Set this little green one down in front of him. A little purple one. A yellow one. And our pink one. Just kind of have them together right there. And we might need to just go ahead and glue our rabbit down too, where we're going to put him. And I had decided on that side. And then our eggs will have to be. And that just makes it a whole lot easier from eggs not to be falling off. My carrots are doing pretty good setting up on their own. So, take these off. I am going to get me another piece of get our. I'm just going to glue this little yellow one up here at the top. And a blue one. And we might drop down and put our purple in here. And put us a green one up there at the top. Let me get it turned around where I can see. I think I need to move the carrot on over. But I want this greenery to be standing out. And that way I can get my other little eggs in there. In heaven, I think I'm going to turn this one this way anyways. Let me still slide them little beads on around. And it's little, I don't like the way that looks. Let's see what we're going to do here. And there comes the lavender back down. I did want it to kind of be not covering up our bunny, but right there at it. Might have to move this little egg. And just put some. Really need a few more. I'm gonna lay this one down over here in front of this little carrot. Put a yellow one over there. And I'm gonna stick this little blue one over here by this carrot. And stick that pink one just right in the middle, like I had the purple to begin with. Get that back up there. And slide that one on back some if I can. The back side. I don't know if I like that little blue one over there by itself, but that just kind of gets it. Let me slide this back some all the way around. We got two purple ones. Two over here on this side. And then two pretty much on that side. Maybe I need to put that pink over here with the over there where it's some on both sides. And that's the way it looks. I love it. I had in my mind what I was going to be doing with it. And so I need a few more little eggs over here too. So we'll end up at the top, but we'll get us some. And I think that's the way I had it. I'll have to look because I was trying to get the shorter in the front and the taller in the back. But anyways, there it is. I hope you enjoyed the video, and always remember, you are enough, and have a blessed day and night.